You know what? Might as well.
Alright. Hello everyone. I don't know if Twitch is being a bitch or not. From my
It's
POV,
still black.
on Stream Manager, everything seems fine, but for some reason, other people can't watch my stream. I don't know why. I'm so
It's black.
tired. Yeah, I'm so tired of Twitch. I just don't care anymore. Where, whatever the fuck happens on Twitch, I just don't care.
I
I'm just
I
tired.
don't think that's a good. Okay,
Yes, I
that's fair.
know, but I'm just so freaking tired of it. As long, I mean, like,
All right.
YouTube is fine. I'll just, I don't know, I just leave YouTube to it. I'm streaming both
Yay.
on YouTube and Twitch, so like, yeah.
We stream we stream in black screen today, chat. Just use your imagination.
I don't know. The VOD seems fine. It's just Twitch being Twitch. I don't know. I don't know what else to do.
I mean, if we're just streaming black screen, might as well just record.
I mean, I'm streaming on YouTube, so don't worry. I'll be recording this. No, wait. I don't need to record because I'm already live on YouTube, so there. I don't need to upload anything.
Okay. But it's good to have redundancies, but never mind.
All
All
right.
right,
So
let's watch whoever.
yeah. So
Alex
we're gonna
Bale.
do something different. Reaction stream. I rarely do this because to me it's a bit low quality content. It's like really easy content.
I don't know who this is, so we'll see.
How
A
do you not?
theory?
How do you not know Alex Bale?
How do you know Alex Bale?
I watched his videos. How do you not know Alex Bale, the SpongeBob Theory guy?
See, you just said that. I don't know what the fuck you just said.
I'm
I,
gonna, I'm gonna drag you into the Alex Bale rabbit hole, but after watching this,
I'm afraid, but you know what? Let's see. Let's see if it rings any bells.
all right. So
Cause
new video from him, High School Musical. Have you seen High
oh,
School Musical?
I've seen a clip, and my
You're
entire life
telling
as a
me you've
kid.
never seen High School Musical?
No, sir, because as a
Oh,
kid, hey, let me explain first.
oh.
Let me explain first. I never liked musicals as a kid, and that's when High School Musical was big. When we were kid, when at least I was a kid, it was on the on TV. I never really liked musical at that point. Like the only musical I liked now is Sinners, and that's because it's vampires, really hot vampires. But I never liked musicals like that because it felt too campy. Even as a kid, I'm watching that shit. I'm like, this is too much. I'm just gonna go
You're
watch
you're
Kick
missing
Butowski or
out. I
some
don't
shit.
care. I'm gonna say you're missing out. High School Musical is good.
Well,
I mean, nostalgia is one thing, but anyway. All right. Let's stop yapping here. Let's just watch. I think you can hear it, right?
hope you can't hear shit.
Can you not hear it? Hold on. Can you not hear it?
No, wait. Let's play it.
You should be able to
Let's play it. Play it.
put Discord on my second one.
Play it.
You're telling me you've never seen this, at least like this dance. Telling me you've never seen this, at
Also,
least I like can this. Hear myself
Twitch
and
can't hear nothing.
I can hear myself through you.
Twitch can't hear YouTube, so
What?
yep.
Oh yeah, wait. I forgot to. I think I forgot to set the audio.
Okay.
And it should
These
have
are
audio now. Yeah.
musicals where the characters are singing and dancing about the fact that they don't want to sing and dance.
Hip hop is my passion. I love to pop and lock and jam and break.
There are scenes where Chad tells Troy he shouldn't sing, immediately followed
Why
by
am I
Chad
here?
suddenly breaking into a
What the
giant
fuck?
choreographed song and dance.
So, dude, you know that
What?
school musical thing? There's a tree you get extra credit just for auditioning.
Oh yeah.
You ever think
You know
LeBron
what?
James is
Having a perspective as someone who have never seen High School Musical might be good.
Yeah. I'm so confused. They don't wanna. They're like very anti music, but they proceed to dance about why you shouldn't sing and dance.
that's
That makes sense.
that's why
Great
we're here
writing.
today.
Okay.
That's literally what where this theory is going. Like, why is everyone like saying they don't want to dance but they're dancing? That's
What
literally
the
why
fuck is
this
the
theory is going.
mystery then? They're just hypocrites.
There's even a song called I Don't Dance that Chad sings while he's dancing.
The gayest song ever.
It's a really weird
I
contradiction.
think if you're
that's
in a
always
musical,
kind
you're
of
like at least
down for
90%
some
gay.
reason. It almost gives you the
Oh, I
impression
need
that
to
these
tell you the lore
characters
about
aren't
that
in
one
control or
song
are
between
aware
Ryan
of
and
what their
Chad.
bodies are doing. But obviously, we're
Faggot.
not really supposed
Oh,
to
I
judge
can't say
the
that word.
bodies of these
After
songs,
this.
I
That's
forgot
that's
you're
just kind of
streaming.
how musicals work. These are just fantasy, non-diegetic songs that only we, the audience, can see. There's nothing strange about them. So I tried my best to just ignore the creepy feeling I got from these movies, but the more I
Creepy
watched
feeling.
them,
It's
the
just
more
bad
I
writing.
couldn't deny that there was something very wrong with the students at East High. I believe that
Yeah,
behind
bad
the
writing.
smiles and the singing is a very dark secret about this school. A secret that the filmmakers intentionally hid within these movies 17 years ago that today I intend to solve. This is the High School Musical theory.
Is that
You
supposed to be a
love
big thing?
watching
What the
Alex
fuck?
Bale's videos on the internet. But
At
oh
time.
no, you've been
At
hacked by a
time.
computer virus.
If only there was a safer way to
Oh,
use
my
the
arm.
internet.
Introducing private internet access.
Okay.
Did you know that when you use the
This
internet,
ad
your
feels like
device
something
sends
you'd
out
see
tons
in
of
like
private
Poppy
information
Playtime
that
or
hackers,
FNAF.
shady government agencies, and
Oh
even
yeah.
advertisers can
His
steal?
videos are basically like, FNAF adjacent his
Private
theories.
internet access VPN helps protect
His
your
videos
data
are
by
really
Even the
funny in
your
my
internet
even
opinion.
connection.
It's really
even
good.
even the
Cloud
voice
server infrastructure with
degeneration,
servers in 91
the
different countries and
scratchiness
all
of the
50
voice
United
is
States.
giving the
Okay,
same
I
vibe
don't
as
think you
FNAF.
need to get a VPN to use the
He
internet.
never made a FNAF theory
Well,
though. He did a SpongeBob one. That's why that's what made him popular.
that's
It's really good.
that's crazy. A SpongeBob theory. The only thing I
It's
could
really
think
good.
of that
He
would be
literally
a
has
theory
a series about it.
And strict no logs policy. They
is
never record or
where
store
it would be why can't they talk? That's pretty much actually.
Access on an unlimited amount
I
of
feel
Oh
like
devices
people
no,
are
it
looking
goes
too much
so
into it.
no, it goes so much deeper. It's really
And
good,
that's not all. You
trust.
can even use private internet
Brother
access
might
VPN
just
to
be
access
autistic. I mean
geo-restricted
that too,
content
but
on
Oh
streaming
wait,
services.
a
have you
little bit
seen?
more
Wait,
autistic.
have you seen Amazing Digital Circus
Signing up to
episode
private
5?
internet access is risk-free.
No, I have
It's
not watched
okay, but
You
anything.
don't
can
All
lose
watch
I've been
after this
watching is
actually.
24/7
I've
customer
been
support.
watching
Wow,
I haven't
sounds really
watched
great.
anything
Thank you so
past
much. It's
episode
amazing.
1 because I've been watching only Death Stranding,
You've never
the
seen
second game.
first episode ones of TADC?
I have episode 1, but anything past that I have never watched.
Alright, we're watching the Amazing Digital Circus after this.
Thing that you said about the
I
world
guess
building for
I
20
have
mil?
time to wait until Sean time until shut up me until Jacksepticeye drops the next episode of Death Stranding. Yay!
I'm dragging you to watch a bunch of things. I'm dragging you to mytism.
Because
Private internet access is the
just
best
so
on the
you wait, I'll
weekend.
So
make you
you
watch
wait.
Warhammer shit.
So,
Oh,
what
it's
exactly
continuing.
is happening when
Ad
the
over.
characters in these movies sing? I'm not not talking about when they're performing on stage in front of a crowd. I'm talking about when the characters are in the school hallways or the cafeteria, and suddenly, without any warning or explanation, the entire school breaks out into a
It might just
highly
be on
choreographed
shrooms,
musical number,
man.
and then
What's in
just
the
goes on
water?
from it like
Probably
nothing ever
drugs.
happened.
The warners are turning the students into musical singers.
Seriously, guys. This summer I
They're
Which is
gay!
just the same
The
as gay.
warners turning the
Exactly.
students gay!
Are the characters aware of the fact that they just sang
For the
any
chemicals
kind
in
of
the
song, or is
water,
this
they're
some
turning the
weird
students
flash
gay.
mob that they plan?
The fucking frog
Honestly,
gay.
we're supposed to assume that these are
Turning
just
the freaking
fantasy
frogs
songs
gay!
only we, the audience, can see. Or that's what I originally thought. But then I took a closer look at these musical numbers, and I started to notice a very strange pattern. In the first High School Musical,
I love
Gabriella
this.
is the new girl at school,
It's so
and the
You
part
seem
that
so
nostalgic.
really
familiar, I
shines
can't
with
tell.
these spontaneous musical numbers is in the
I
stick to
I
the
don't know.
status quo
Gabriella
song
seems
in
like
the
a very.
cafeteria.
Oh wait, I know one thing.
But
Was it
Now,
uh
Gabriella doesn't enter the
something
car
Lake?
halfway through the song, but she has
Something.
a very
Didn't they have
interesting reaction to it.
an entire movie where they're at a camp?
that's Camp Rock.
Yeah, Camp Rock.
You're thinking about
Something Lake.
different Disney Channel movie.
The only thing I remember about a musical back then is that I had to sing a rendition of Something Lake.
Camp Rock.
Something like that. Uh,
I'm surprised. Wait,
it's
I don't know if it's just your state being, very conservative, but do the
no.
students in your school just never have any reference to High School Musical during your school
Oh,
years?
we do. I
Yeah,
mean,
so
in my
how the
school
hell
years,
do
I
you
didn't
not
live
know
here.
about High School Musical?
Brother, you know what I was obsessed with when I was a kid? Assassin's Creed. You think I'd enjoy? I mean, to be fair, I was at that point very closeted, so I was like, musicals are gay, and I can't be that, and I can't like
Like
musicals. And you know what? Musicals never really did it for me. I never liked musicals.
during
I like
during the
stories. Yeah, go ahead first.
During my high school years, the seniors literally did the freaking High School Musical. We're all in this together. That thing for Teachers Day, which is
Oh,
like, I want to join too.
oh, I don't know
I
if it's
wasn't a
just
senior yet at that time, so I couldn't join. It's just
that's
for
fair.
seniors. It is
I
really
mean, I think the closest thing I had was just I had to sing a song, a camp rock song
Unlike
Tom
for
and
Troy,
an
Xavier.
assignment.
Gabriella doesn't join in. Instead, she seems very confused and disoriented by what's going on. She's honestly reacting like how you or I would if we suddenly saw our entire school singing and dancing without any explanation. Okay, but maybe
It might
she's
be the
just
water.
nervous about people staring at her or something. This doesn't
The
necessarily
world
mean
is
she's
staring the
actually
students
aware
gay.
of this fantasy song. But this
Somebody
isn't the
spiked it
only
with
time
meth.
where something like this happens.
They
Musical
got way too
math.
much
In musical
energy.
2, when Troy starts
That's why
dancing
so
and
many
working
students
this
are
out,
fucking
we get
skinny.
everyone's
Everybody's
initial
just moving
reaction.
all the goddamn time. I almost called.
Nah, nah, nah,
Oh,
nah,
who's
nah.
the main dude?
Nah, hold on.
Who's the main dude?
Okay, Alex Bill. Let me talk about this part a bit. Okay, I think the reason why everyone else is surprised when Troy suddenly breaks into song because everyone was stressed out and like Troy is over here trying to convince everyone we just gotta work everything out. I
Okay.
I don't think him suddenly breaking into song is the weird part. They're all used to it. That explains
Guys,
their faces.
guys, calm down. I know there's a bomb here, but we gotta work
Work.
together. Cut the red wire and we'll all live. Boom. Boom.
Oh, like,
Dead.
whoa, why the hell are you dancing, Troy? At first, they are confused by the nature of the
I'm afraid.
spontaneous
I'm
song.
so afraid
No,
to live in this world.
he's
Because what if
there.
my surgeon has to fucking dance in the middle of the surgery? Just
No, I don't
I
think
gotta cut the red wire.
I don't think the reason they're confused. I don't think they're confused by the spontaneous song. I think they're first like how to explain it. We're all stressed here, so why are you over here trying to like convince us to happy. I'm like, ah, they're
Happy.
kind of like that. Not really like
Don't
confused. Like,
worry.
why is they singing? Because they're used to the like the like people just bursting into the song.
All magically join in too.
That's
And if you
fair.
still don't think that this is weird, then let me show you another
Bless you.
final example that can't be explained.
I'm allergic to bullshit.
An example that
Oh my god. I remember her face. I can't remember why, but I know her face.
Phineas and Ferb, Candace. Is Candace's
No,
voice actor?
right, she's the mean girl.
Yeah.
And her gay best friend.
That's the gay brother.
Oh, still same. Oh my god.
The background students
They're the OG.
joined in on the song without any explanation. Look closely at Ryan's reaction.
This,
It's very easy to
I
miss with Sharpay in front of him, but Ryan is
The
clearly
music.
completely confused by the other students suddenly
feel
dancing around
this
him.
feels like a
Although he
fever
never
dream,
explains
brother. I
why,
just woke up
we
an
know
hour
there's
ago.
no explanation.
You made me
Bro,
watch
same.
this.
I woke up like 2 hours ago.
He is experiencing an unexplainable, spontaneous musical scene. And
I'm half
He's
thinking I'm
used
still
to
in a dream right now.
the spontaneous singing though. He shouldn't be this weirded out.
this is a very intentional
I can understand
choice by the
Gabriella because
filmmakers.
she's
They are
new.
directly telling us that we should be questioning the
Maybe he
logic
got
of
off
these
of the
musical
drinks.
scenes, which has some
Just
He
pretty
didn't
he
even
had,
get to
he had to
drink.
bottom
Sharpay
it.
took away his lunch
Now,
to
eventually
sing.
Ryan does get pulled into the song like everyone else, but
He,
look at what
he had
happens
to
after the song
he had to
ends
bottom the
when
night
he
before
becomes
so the
reality.
drugs wore off.
It's ours, Ryan.
Not
Okay, yeah,
only
this
are both
scene
still
is a bit
losing
like.
and out of breath,
Okay,
they
I
did
will
not
admit,
sing
when
the
I first
entire
saw
song. It
this
was just
scene,
something
it is
that
a
they
bit
imagined.
like
But also,
weird.
look at Ryan's face.
Yeah, I just chalk it up to Delulu.
He is
Yeah,
once
it's
again
most.
very
Yeah, I
confused
would chalk it
about
up to
what
just
happened
Delulu.
before moving on like everything's normal. We are consistently being shown that these
Because it
big,
is like their
spontaneous musical
dream,
numbers
so it's
are actually happening,
their
but
their
it isn't
thoughts.
something that the characters are
You know
choosing to
how
do. It's like
anti-intellectuals say there's
forcing them to sing and dance, but they
the
only get these
maybe
rare little
the
moments of awareness and
curtains are just
terror
blue.
about what's
I
going
think
on
this
before they're forced to forget
particular
about it
is
and
just
move
the
on like
curtain is
nothing ever
actually
happened.
just blue.
That's why these movies feel so disturbing to me, and this only gets stranger when we take a look
Mr.
at what
Big.
happens when characters leave East High.
Sharpay
What?
has always been in the spotlight. But to follow her dream, she'll take on her toughest role yet.
What the hell?
Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure is a
I
spin-off
heard.
of
I
the
haven't
West
seen
Side
this
Story
one,
that
but I
follows
heard it's
Sharpay
fun.
moving to New York to pursue her dreams
Yeah,
of becoming
Prague.
a Broadway star. But what's strange
Something
about this
Lake.
movie is that it's not a musical. I mean, Sharpay does perform some diegetic songs on stage for an audience, but unlike all the other movies in this franchise, this movie has no
Something
spontaneous
Lake. I
fantasy
can't
scenes,
remember.
which is really weird because
Sharpay. That's
Sharpay
a
is one of the
fucking
most iconic musical characters in
insane
this
name to give
franchise. It
someone.
almost feels
Sharpie.
like whatever causes people to spontaneously
Pretty
sing in this
fun.
universe
Hey,
only exists in
mom,
East
what was the
High,
thing?
or at
What
least
was?
in the
Why did you
surrounding
name me
area.
Sharpay?
SNL did this comedy
Sharpay.
sketch with Zac
I'm
Efron
bad
I
at
called
was
spelling, and a
hired
Sharpie fell on
Sharpie.
your head.
High School Musical.
I was hired
So what did you
Sharpie.
call
I'm here to
Brick
talk
Brick?
about what happens
Uh,
after.
I got
yeah,
knocked
Dad, why'd you
by
call me
brick.
Brick?
Sings at college. People just stared at me. And from what I can tell, this is America's
God, you can
only
tell
singing
what
high school.
age this was recorded in
Remember
with
how in
the
the first
hair
High School
alone.
Musical, Gabriella seemed
The
kind of
outfits.
aware and confused
I
by the
can't remember his
spontaneous
name
songs at
though.
first?
Zac Efron.
I'm trying to remember. Zac Efron.
It
I
wasn't
I almost
just a
said Zac
moment.
Saffron.
She
That's a
never
food.
joined in on Stick to the
That's a
Status
spice.
Quo. You probably never realized this, but Gabriella never actually
Yeah,
gets
I heard,
a
like,
non-diegetic song until
Zac
2/3 of the
Efron
way through the
looks
first movie,
really
despite
different
her
now
being
and
one of
kind
the
of
two main
I
characters
mean,
of this musical.
because of like
What if
Botox or
this is
something. I
because
don't
she's
remember.
the new
yeah,
girl
I
at
mean,
school, and
it
whatever's making people
it's
sing
not that
is
obvious,
equally
kind
affecting
of.
her?
If you don't look too
Now, there
close,
are some
he looks
exceptions where
fine.
characters still spontaneously sing outside of the school, like
That's
High School
such a.
Musical
I
2
like
when they're
that
in a
song.
country club for the summer. But that's still nearby the school in Albuquerque, and they haven't really been there for very long. The main exception to this is at the end of High School Musical 3 when Gabriella briefly goes to Stanford as a part of early enrollment, and she still has a non-diegetic song.
Take my hand, take the lead.
And they make a really big
Yeah,
point
that's
about
probably
how
why.
far away Stanford is from East High.
Promise tonight in Albuquerque. It's 1,000 miles away.
So it seems like this would disprove the
Eh,
idea that the songs can only happen near the school, but then I took a
God, the
closer look
outfit is so
at this.
2000, early
So
2000s.
Gabriella went to Stanford as a
Yeah,
part
the
of
short,
enrollment
the
and
short
decided to
shorts, the
prom at East
fucking,
High, but then
the
Troy decides to
jorts,
also skip
the
prom and instead
fucking,
dance with Gabriella
whatever
at
that she's
Stanford. And
wearing.
this is when
Why
we get
is
the
bro sitting in
non-diegetic
a
song.
tree?
Oh, the
Brother
tree
might be
has a
monkey.
significance.
Uh,
But during the song,
okay,
we're
okay.
both briefly transported to East High
Okay, so
prom with all of
in
their
the
friends.
movie, Troy always climbs
What?
the tree to
Now,
Gabriella's
obviously,
house.
this is just supposed to be a fantasy play.
I
They
see.
aren't actually back at the school.
This,
Stuff like this
it's
happens
giving
all the time in the
supernatural.
musical
What the
numbers
fuck?
in these movies. These are all just imaginary fantasy sets. It's kind of like Troy and Gabriella are imagining they're back at East High and are incorporating things from their real life surroundings into the fantasy. But if that's true, then why can we already see the exact same stone pillar set 30 minutes ago at East High? This was not part of some
Could just
fantasy
be that
scene.
the props
This was
department was like, you know what, we're not wasting
set
these.
at East High. And this was before
They-
Gabriella even decided to go to Stanford early. But then
Don't-
why can we see the
Wait,
fantasy pillars?
hold on.
Hold on.
What's-
Wait, when is the song where they sing about going to prom played?
You're asking me?
What's the song? Tonight's gonna be the
Dun, dun,
night
dun, dun.
to remember. Yeah, that song, that
Dun,
part.
dun, dun, dun,
They were there during that part, and this
No, that's a different song.
set design was on that part. So
Mhm.
Backstage.
that's probably why they
Because
didn't
in
know.
the Stanford song, the East High prom part isn't the fantasy. Stanford is. Gabriella never actually left East High. We are shown time
The
and time
fuck?
again that these spontaneous
What?
moments can cause vivid fantasy
Shallow
hallucinations
Lake.
of other places. So I think that whatever's causing Gabriella to break out into song also
Hold on,
caused her
I need to know. High School Musical tree song in order. No, never. Right here, right now. I want to. Oh, can I have this dance? Yeah, A Night to Remember. A Night to Remember is before them dancing to at Stanford. So yes, they know the set because in A Night to Remember, that song has the set in the background.
That's okay.
Here, I'll prove it. I'll prove it. Oh,
Okay. Alright.
oh, oh, my Windows got leaked. The picture of my Windows. Ignore my Oshis. Ignore my Oshis.
Wow, what's that big blurry screen? What the fuck?
Oh,
What?
it's
A
so
big
red.
blurry
What happened
screen? Never know.
there?
That's crazy. We might have been Moon Knight. We just got we just got Moon Knighted. The fuck?
Hmm.
I just remembered the song that I had to sing for my college. Shallow Lake. Is that High School Musical or what? For
No.
high S- Shallow Lake High School. It is High School Musical. High School Musical TMTS. Da, 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 da.
Where is
Why
it?
am
Here
I
it
hearing
is.
a song?
Yeah.
Why am I hearing a
I'm
song?
playing it. See? A Night to Remember, they already have the set playlist in here. That's why they remember it. When they sing, "Can I Have This Dance?"
Okay, you got it, buddy. I don't know
Alex
what's
Bale
going on.
explain. Alex Bale explain. See, they're already there.
Let's
There they
be-
are. It's so
It,
anyway.
oh, that's why. What's that? That's why the fit was so familiar. He looks like the guy from
You might be
Panic
ready
at the
to say goodbye
Disco.
to East High, but East High's not ready to say goodbye to you.
This honestly makes more sense than Troy being able to drive all the way to Stanford and back in time for the school musical with his piece of shit car that's constantly breaking down in this movie.
What the fuck?
And if my truck falls apart because I'm spending all my free time on stage, it's all your fault.
Something at East High is manipulating all of these students, causing them to sing and dance and even hallucinate to the point where they can't even leave. But that brings
Yeah,
me
the
to the
chemicals in
question
the water.
you've
Duh.
probably been waiting for
It's the
me to
chemicals. It's
answer.
the chemicals.
What exactly is causing all of this? Why does this school seem to have this strange power over all of the students? And to be honest, for the first time ever in one of these videos, I don't actually have an answer for you. I have
I
five.
fucking wonder
Yes,
why.
I have come up with
Okay,
five
never
different
mind.
explanations for the strange phenomenon going
So
on.
that's why
Fuck
this
me
video is
then.
50
First,
minutes.
we are doing an official Alex Bale theory iceberg, and you get to decide which one you like the best. And I'm
Alright,
going to be
let's
sharing
see.
each of them with you in order from sort of tame
Just
and
chatting.
realistic to
Yeah.
completely batshit insane, crazy, and stupid. Some of these are going to be a little more in depth
I think
than the
any
others.
theory is
Some of
batshit
these are just going
insane.
to be kind of fucking crazy, so you know, just mentally prepare yourself for that. Without further ado, starting with the very tip of the iceberg, here is the most boring, tame, believable theory I can come up with.
It's just in their head.
This is all
Wait.
just lazy writing and coincidences, and I'm overthinking little things that
Yes, you are.
Yes, yes, sir.
yes,
That's
yes, sir. Yeah.
This one's probably the correct answer.
Yes.
This is probably
yeah.
the correct answer.
See,
to almost
here's the
everything.
SpongeBob theory.
You know that's no fun.
SpongeBob,
And
Miss
you're not the type of
Frizzle's
YouTube
dark
fan
secret,
with,
Blue's
you know,
Clues,
boring,
really?
realistic answers. So
Dude, his
The
theories
Pissed
are
Off Blue
really
Chris, that one
fun.
might.
You should watch.
It's fucking batshit insane.
Mass hysteria, of course.
Oh yeah, because
This
we
theory
famously
went
know
for
that
wild,
hysteria
but
is dancing.
Danny Gonzalez kind of jokingly beat me to it first. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Go check out his video.
Yeah, I
It's
seen
very
it.
funny.
It's funny.
In 1518, Strasbourg, France, a
Okay.
woman named Frau Trophia walked into the streets and reportedly started silently dancing without any explanation. Soon, other people began to join
Maybe
her,
the
and
girl,
over the next
God
couple of weeks,
forbid, a woman
hundreds
has
of
a
people
hobby.
all began
Damn.
uncontrollably silently dancing with no explanation or way to stop. Many collapsed from exhaustion, and some even reportedly died
Dance to
from
death?
heat stroke.
Like,
This
legit?
became known as the dancing plague of
Yes.
1518, and it is
Yeah.
believed to be one of the most infamous cases of mass hysteria in history. The leading theory behind why this happened is because of extreme stress from famine and diseases at the time, but mass hysteria is something
Okay,
that still
that's-
happens in
How
many
does-
different
how
forms
does
to this
that
day,
turn into
even
them
to
dancing?
students in high school.
Could mass
Hysteria.
hysteria be
If one person
responsible for
does it, they're
dozens of
like,
high school
okay, this is what we're
unexplained
supposed to
hiccups?
do, and
Let
then
the
say
people
they do it,
girls,
and
boys,
it's
juniors, senior high
basically
school have
copycat
exhibited similar
syndrome, but just
symptoms. A doctor treating them says
on
they
a
suffer
bigger
from
mass
conversion
scale.
disorder, a very real condition
It's like,
resulting from
oh,
trauma or
you know,
stress.
from
The
stress and
royalties,
shit.
most of the
That's
sufferers
why you
attend
hear
the high
cases
school
of
and
like
junior high school there.
students
So
being
they
like
hate to see it,
scared
as the stress
of
of
like
being in high
ghosts
school and the
near
pressures of
exam
conforming to
time.
the status quo was
I mean, mass hysteria cases back in my school is like so common.
That's man, you guys got shit
We got, we
stress.
got, we got things in our school. To the is it became so common to the point like if there's a hysteria happening, most of us won't really react to it. We're just like, oh, look at that, they're carrying away a hysteria student. Okay, continue with math.
In our at our school, since we one live very near to like a psychiatric not establishment, institution. If anyone's like having the itch for like a hysteria, doctors would come and a little side note, I guess. At these times, my mom would come to my school, she's just like, "How's everything?" I'm like, "Everything's okay. A little stressful, but I'm okay." It's like, "Cool. If anybody screams, don't follow them." I'm like, "Okay, mom." And then just like clockwork, the next day, somebody just screams, "I see a ghost!" And then they get grabbed and brought to the ice pack people,
Ice
the
pack
nurse's
people.
office. Yeah, the people who like the nurses were like, "Oh, you got beat down with a chair. Here,
I
have
mean,
ice."
okay, so I wouldn't really say like the mass hysteria is like just all in the head, because how would I explain my teacher getting flung across the room
What the
while
fuck?
trying to treat a hysteria student
Maybe she
when
just
she
had a
is
straight that.
when she is like freaking tied down by other people. So yeah,
No, no,
I mean
I don't have any
this is why
brains.
I believe like spirits are real, because I experience it myself,
I
seen
I
it in
don't,
my
and most
own
of the
eyes.
I do, but most of the time, whenever I see this type of shit, it is like very obviously a thing. Like maybe the teacher was like also into the hysteria, or the teacher's just almost tripped. I don't fucking know. I wasn't there. I didn't see any details. I don't know. But most of the time, I think it can be explained by some shit. But I wasn't there, so the details is a little muddy. What the fuck
Enough to
is
cause a
this?
mass hysteria at East High that resulted in students spontaneously breaking out into song and dance. I
The
think this is a very
hysteria
plausible
happens like
explanation for what's
at
happening in
times,
these movies, and it
not
really
all.
ties in well with the core conflict these
The fact that
characters
it
are
happens a
facing.
lot, that
If
means
mass
this the
hysteria is
everybody
this
everybody
normal,
here gotta
It
have like a
happens like
shit
many
time.
things are
times
about to get
in like
really weird.
certain amount, a certain span. Eek.
Okay,
Who the fuck
hear
are
me
you?
out. I think Zeke is up to something. Zeke is one of the
Why?
basketball side characters.
Why
His whole thing is
Zeke?
that he secretly loves to bake, but no one at school accepts that about him, at least until the end of the first movie.
I bake.
This.
What? I love to bake. Strudel, scones, even apple pan dowdy.
There's
Oh,
not a ton to his character. He's just kind of the funny food guy. He's always giving people stuff he baked.
I baked these fresh today. A pie. I baked you some cookies.
pipe. That doesn't look like a
He's a
pie.
really
This looks
sweet
more
guy
like a.
Thing that
though.
I noticed about Zeke is his relationship with Sharpay. So
Oh yeah.
Zeke has a crush on Sharpay and he tries to ask her out.
Hey, Sharpay. Well, I just thought maybe you could watch me play ball sometime or something.
And she fucking hates him.
I'd rather stick pins in my eyes. Evaporate, tall person.
But then he bakes her some cookies and
Valid.
Adding that to my dictionary.
I've
Evaporate
been using that.
person. I'm using that.
I've been using that.
Evaporate person.
she suddenly has a very different reaction.
These cookies are genius. The best things I've ever tasted.
Yeah, I remember this.
What's he putting in those cookies? Okay, whatever. That's kind of
Drugs.
weird, but it's just a
Oh,
typical
it's
Disney
because he's a
food
black.
guy.
Never
But
mind.
then, by the next
Hey,
movie,
hey, hey.
Sharpay completely forgets about Zeke
The
and
hell?
moves on to being obsessed with Troy.
Troy, Sharpay. Sharpay, Troy.
But then Zeke gets a job as a chef, and he's really excited to be working near Sharpay.
Chef Michael's gonna teach me the art of Austrian flake pastry.
Chef
Sharpay's gonna be
Michael?
where I
The
work
microwave?
every day?
I think we can assume he's probably giving her food again. And then, at the end of High School Musical 2, she's kind of all over him again. There's
This seems like
potentially
bad
a
writing,
pattern
but you know what?
Then,
We'll go
in
with
High
it.
School Musical 3, there's a
think
deleted
it's
scene where
just
Zeke is
bad
going to ask her
writing.
to prom, and once again, he's planning on bringing her more cookies, but then Jason takes them away, and all of a sudden, he seems kind of nervous.
Yeah, she's gonna listen to me. And listen good. You got this. Now give me the cookies. You don't need these. Go on, get in there. No, you're empowered. You got these. No.
Zeke seems to really believe that the cookies are necessary to get Sharpay to go to prom with him. And it turns out he doesn't need them, but the very first thing Sharpay says is,
Hey, Sharpay.
Zeke, cookies.
huh, interesting.
Maybe she
Also,
just like
later, he
his
finds out
cookies.
Jason ate the cookies meant for
Maybe it
Sharpay,
was just
and he is very
conditioning.
concerned.
Where's my cookies?
Well, maybe just conditioning.
You ate all the cookies? Those were meant for Sharpay, not you.
Those were apparently only for Sharpay.
What if like at the end of High School Musical 1, he knows like Sharpay really likes the cookies, so he thought, maybe if I keep giving her cookies, she'll actually like them, you know.
Exactly. It's like they again.
I know the one thing
Sometimes the curtain is
that
just
can make
blue.
Sharpay talk to me and like me, so I'ma just do it again.
Okay, that's the thing, right? In 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 these types of videos, I think the reason that I don't watch this guy is because the only reason I watch game theory is because a lot of their theories poses questions, right? Like how Minecraft we have like an issue with extinction and shit like that. This just feels like, you know, how like people say, okay, you know, like to say against media literacy, like, oh, maybe the curtains is just blue. I feel like in this the writing is so shallow. I don't think you could even have a blue curtain. It's just
Are
it's a
you
curtain.
are you
Don't look at it
s-
any deeper.
are you saying like, okay, he says pancakes, he says waffles?
Pretty no, like he's seeing like movie says pancakes and movie says pancake and this guy goes, so pancakes is might be an allegory for this Satanism or the flatness of the planet or some shit like that. This reads like, not to say like what he's doing is shit. No, don't get me wrong. This is like an insane amount of research because you'd have to sit through and watch all of these movies, which, hey, you're a better man than me because goddamn, I can't survive through that. But it reads like you're
Okay.
reading into something that's like concerningly, like you're reading into it too much.
Okay, so for I will admit, as someone who does watch his theories, this is kind of like going a bit far. Like some of his other theories, the smart, I mean like the SpongeBob one where I found him from, it makes a lot more. The SpongeBob theories make a lot more sense because
Like it
there's
did
like
there.
proof and everything. This one, I feel like it's just him having a hysteria.
It's just, it's just a fucking
Well, it's
hysterical
also
breakdown of
from
a
Jason,
video.
who later, during
This is just a
graduation,
fucking
jumps on
cry
him
for
in a
help.
very similar way to Sharpay.
Maybe he's just happy for his bro.
Those were meant for Sharpay, not you.
So, what exactly is Zeke putting in these cookies? And look, I'd be willing to just call this a weird running gag with some maybe uncomfortable implications, but it's not just
Damn.
Sharpay that Zeke manipulates with his cooking. In the first movie, all the basketball boys sort of trick Troy and
Are you
Gabriella
trying to
into
say?
breaking up, and later they feel bad about
Hey.
it and decide
Are you trying to say Zeke is the whole reason for this entire school breaking into song and dance?
That would have to imply every single person
Forget about turning
in this
the one that's
school.
turning the students gay is the cookies from Zeke.
Also, what kind of fucking drugs makes you like somebody? Because I'm pretty sure Molly doesn't do that. Weed especially doesn't do that. Nothing else. If
confess what they did to
it, and I do
Troy.
mean
Gabriella wants to
if.
come, and I don't know why. We do.
But look at what Zeke
What?
does first.
I baked these fresh today. You probably want to try one before we tell you the rest.
He gives Troy cookies so that
Calm
he
down
won't be mad.
with my
and
cookies.
It works. Troy is never shown to be even a little upset that they caused his breakup. Zeke's cooking clearly has an effect on
Fuck?
people, and he is constantly feeding everyone in these movies.
I'm good for a full-size.
It's not even a pie.
Zeke even made desserts. They're cooling. I'll let you know when they're ready. Now out of my kitchen, miss. Hey, ladies, you guys want a cupcake?
I bet you those cookies that are always left out in Troy's house were made by Zeke. There's this weird offhand mention from Troy in the first movie about having trouble
Yeah, I'm not gonna say
remembering the
nothing.
previous night.
Do you remember the night before? Not at all. All I remember is like pink jelly.
And
Pink
he says
jelly?
the only thing he can remember is pink jelly.
All I remember is like pink jelly.
I
Which,
don't
know,
remember
kinda
this.
Sounds like something Zeke could have made him.
You might get a Zeke might have baked you a cookie. I don't know.
Is putting something in the food that's causing all the
Why do I
strange
remember
behavior we
any of
see
these
at
scenes?
time. But wait, why would Zeke want the entire school to be constantly breaking out into
Yeah,
something?
exactly.
Well, what do these songs ultimately accomplish? The songs are ways for characters to express their inner truth. It causes Troy to realize he wants to be in the musical.
Why am I feeling so wrong? My head's in the game, but my heart's in
This
the
is
song.
not a good
It causes
theory.
everyone to break out of the status quo and ultimately accept their fellow students.
What kind of drugs did you put in the cookie to do all of this? Nothing can do that.
Which
I guess the
allows
Colombian
Zeke to
musical
finally be able to
musical
see
truth serum.
as someone who wants
You
to
know,
be.
very common drug.
Cook up a mean creme brulee.
Yes, I think the entire
Oh,
reason
that's
for
why I
the
never liked it.
craziness going on at East High is because Zeke is drugging people with his cookies.
What kind of drug?
As a baker.
Someday I'll make the perfect creme brulee.
I know that this is a really insane idea.
It
that
is.
has some admittedly uncomfortable implications, but you gotta admit there is a surprising amount of evidence for it. I couldn't not bring it up.
There isn't.
Can you
This is
give
just
me?
like splitting
Can you
hairs.
give me the evidence of what kind of drug can trigger such things?
So, as a person, never mind. I was gonna say, never mind. I don't think there could. No fucking way. That could be it. I'm pretty sure this is just him feeding people and going like, "Ooh, sugar, yummy." Because again, sugar is just great. You don't have to be putting drugs in them. Sugar's a drug enough. There's like, oh, like you reward a friend every time they go, oh, you want to go to a theater? You give them a cookie. They're like, oh, I should go to the theater a lot more. I don't know why. This, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Possibly get
What is
any
this?
weirder than
What are you making me
this.
watch, man?
Break it!
I want to watch Breaking Bad again. Damn,
I've never watched Breaking Bad, but what the
it's not bad.
fuck?
Okay, wait. Just hear me out. Breaking Bad is a dark,
Okay.
gritty crime drama about a
Yes.
chemistry teacher teaming up with one of his former students to build a ruthless drug empire. High
Yes.
School Musical is a movie for babies about Troy trying to decide whether he wants to play basketball or sing in a musical. These are very different. You could not find two pieces of media more polar opposite than High School Musical.
Are you
and
trying to
Breaking
say
Bad.
Zeke joined Breaking Bad and created a
Actually-
drug for his cookies?
Actually, I've heard not a theory, but like somebody stated that Breaking Bad and High School Musical happened at the same exact time. So you could hypothetically speaking have Jesse Pinkman dance in these backgrounds, and then after like a couple movies, be out of the movies, and then go work with Mr. White. So I've heard about
My name is
this
Color
one,
White, yo.
kind of. That's okay.
My
Right.
husband is Walter
My name is
White, yo.
Yo. I fucking hate her.
Apart from maybe Blue's Clues.
I love that meme.
But what if I told you that they actually exist in the same universe? They both take place in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They both came out in
Oh
the
my
mid-2000s,
god.
and they both heavily feature a high school. This is sort of a meme that's gone around the internet for a while because of these weird similarities. Even Mr. Matt Pat Film Theory, before he retired from YouTube, tried to make a theory about it.
And do you know, as hard as I tried, I couldn't figure out how to prove that High School Musical was in the same universe as Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's actually the reason why Matt Pat retired. It was just the one theory he could never crack.
Hey, if you can make an airtight connection, let me know, because that would be the best theory ever.
Well, okay, Mr. Game Theory, I accept your challenge. Let's
see if it's airtight.
Your death. So, with all the strange behavior and hallucinations in High School Musical, there is clearly a possibility that everyone is being drugged. But what if instead of Zeke being behind it, everyone instead got hooked on a new popular drug that's going around town, Heisenberg's signature blue meth?
This is pure glass.
Where?
Can math cause people to dance?
Can cause hallucinations.
I mean, to be fair, that kind of does it
Okay,
sometimes.
hallucinations, sure, but people breaking into
Here's something
dance.
I bet you never realized. Breaking Bad is also
Energy. You could chalk it up to energy, but whatever.
But you count
Oh,
this as a
yeah.
musical?
No, fuck no.
episodes
There's
opens
like
with a
3 episodes
random
where
band
there's
forecasting
music,
the
and
show's
that's
plot in the desert, and it's never
that's
acknowledged
like
again.
very rarely.
So yes, technically, we can also call Breaking Bad a musical. Gabriella is also
Nope.
referred to
No,
There's
as
3 episodes where there's music in there.
that does not count as a musical.
and is shown doing lots of
Brother,
chemistry
there's like
with
3
blue
episodes where there's music in the
shown
middle.
painting chemistry using blue rocks. Okay, but these are just,
Okay, hold on,
little
pause it.
connections. None of it.
Blue rocks, that's copper disulfate, if I'm not mistaken, the copper salts. That's a dye. I know damn well that's a dye. Just because something's blue and is also a rock doesn't mean it's blue meth. What the fuck is this guy trying to do? Did, what? Just because it looks like it doesn't mean it is it. What the fuck is this guy trying to do? I mean, don't get me wrong. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but I don't think this. He might be clobbering the reputation of this fucking movie. Like,
Who
personally,
knows? Who knows
the
he's
evidence
not
is
on the
fucking
blue
invisible.
ice?
The He's fucking nothing on fire. If the kitchen, he shouldn't be cooking. The kitchen's on fire. This shit ain't fantastic. The fuck? What did you baby watch,
It's gonna
bro?
take more than that to avenge MatPat. Well, let me ask you a question that you've probably never really considered. What is the musical in High School Musical actually about? You might be surprised to hear that we never actually get to see the school musical that Troy and Gabriella auditioned for in the first movie. The movie just literally ends with them at the callbacks. All we really know about the actual musical in High School Musical is that it was written by Kelsey, it's called Twinkletown, and we get to hear a few songs from it.
I've been looking for.
And you know what? The more
I don't know
So
why
you
that shit
know that
happened, my brain.
song. Oh, so you know that song.
I don't know why it just happened to be like it's a fucking, what do you call that? A sleeper
Yeah,
agent.
sleeper agent.
The more
It's
we
like
begin to realize how much it eerily lines up with the plot of Breaking
What
Bad.
do you
I know
mean?
that sounds crazy, but just stick with me on this one. The first song
I can't right now.
for, and it's sort of vaguely about two people embracing a new relationship together.
Okay, you're someone who has seen Breaking Bad. You need to see if this correlates to anything. I
okay,
have no idea
all right.
about Breaking Bad, so I can't tell.
You might
Blue
assume
meth?
that it's a romantic relationship since it's sung by Troy and Gabriella, but Ryan and Sharpay also auditioned for the same role, and they're brother and sister, so I'm just gonna assume it's more of a platonic relationship.
It's hard to believe that I couldn't see you were always there beside me.
It's hard to believe that I couldn't see that you were always there beside me. This is a
Where is this
relationship
going?
between two people who knew each other for some time
Suck
before,
was
but only
stupid,
now do they see each other in a new light. Jesse was Walter's student, who he never really thought much of, until he later found out that Jesse was secretly a meth cook.
Honestly, I never expected you to amount to much, but methamphetamine? I didn't picture that.
So they decided to partner up.
I've never had someone who knows me like you
Okay, hold on.
the way you
Can you pause it? In the show, this entire Heisenberg deal was like a big thing. Like a couple DEA agents died, a fuck ton of Nazis died, neo-Nazis died, I think like a bunch of people died. Who in the fucking right mind would make it into a musical for high school students and call it Twinkle Town? Who? What? What are you connecting here, bruv?
I've never had someone that knows me like you do. Jesse is the only person in Walter's life who knows about his secret criminal activities.
Is this guy trying to like ship the Walter White and Jesse?
This hurts
Walter was
my
living a
brain.
sad, unfulfilling life before he partnered with Jesse.
I am an extremely overqualified high school chemistry teacher. I have watched all of my colleagues and friends surpass me in every way imaginable, and within 18 months, I will be dead.
But now he's discovered his true calling and finally found the exciting life that he's been looking for. The other song that Troy and Gab...
I can't take this seriously. I can't take this seriously. You
No,
just
I
have
have my hand in
you
my
just have
head right now.
Walker
What?
crashing out in the car, and the song is like, I've been looking for.
I don't. I don't even have anything to say. I can't even make jokes about this. What kind of blue meth is
Alex,
this guy
what the
smoking?
fuck? Alex,
This is
what
the
the
peak you've been
fuck?
saying, brother. This is the peak you've been chirping on about. What the fuck?
The
My head
movie is
hurts.
peak. I don't know what the hell Alex is going.
Gabriella sing is called
I hurt.
Breaking
My brain
Free.
hurts.
Oh yeah, the song is called Breaking Free, and you know the show is called Breaking Bad. It's only one word different, so it must be a correlation.
Why are you making me watch this? What kind of
And it's also
what
just
kind of
kind of
heavenly
vaguely about
punishment is
being
this?
yourself and finally being free to do
I
what you
am an angel, and I'm here to give you heavenly punishment. I am looking down at you.
Break his windpipe.
Please no, enough. My brain hurts too
I'm
much.
very close. I can almost bite your head. Hold on. Where is my?
Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Here's
Please,
my model. I
anything.
can.
You know what? Bite my head. I dare you. I double dog dare you. There's nothing in there. You don't even get anything nutritious. Is the best thing about not being an idiot. You can't even get my brain. I'm immune to zombies and angels apparently who eat brains.
The brain eating amoeba is starving.
want
Exactly.
somewhere else. And obviously, you
I'm
can line
fucking
that up with how Walter
invincible.
breaks free from his old life with Jesse, or more
I
accurately,
fucking
breaks
hate.
bad. Bad? Okay, so these songs line up surprisingly well, but at the same time, the lyrics are also pretty vague and could probably line up with a lot of different things if you tried hard enough. But things get really insane when we take a look at our last song from the musical, Bop to the Top.
Am I in a dream? Is this a dream? Am I still asleep?
This is a song about the same two characters in a competitive environment doing anything it takes to climb the ladder of success.
Anything it takes to climb the ladder of success.
This is literally the plot of Breaking Bad. They specifically
What the
describe
fuck it
this
is? It's just a
in
very
pretty
common song,
explicitly
stupid.
violent, brutal way. Gotta bump the competition, blow them all away. This is what they do in Breaking Bad. Wipe away your inhibitions. Walter's whole arc in the show is about giving up his moral qualms and giving into his dark side. He's wiping away his inhibitions to achieve success in the criminal world. They also randomly start speaking Spanish in this song.
Mucho gusto. Ay, qué fabuloso. Caliente.
And obviously all the Mexican cartel members in Breaking Bad
Eh?
primarily speak Spanish.
What? I wonder
Ryan
why.
is wearing a fedora just like Heisenberg, and Sharpay
Bro,
is wearing
What?
Ryan
a
always
very
wear
big
hats. What do you
signature
mean? He
color
always
of
wears a
Walter's
fedora.
meth. Heisenberg
He
is
doesn't
dancing
always
with
wear a
his
fedora.
meth to
Sometimes he
climb
wears
to
a
the
bowler
top of
hat.
the criminal
He
world.
still wear hats though.
Now
That's
is
just
a
his thing.
musical about Breaking
Yeah,
Bad.
exactly. A bowler hat isn't a fedora, and a fedora isn't always the same fedora. Maybe it's just a generic song about inhibition. I don't
What does
know.
this
What
mean
the
in terms
fuck?
of how these universes are actually connected? Maybe Kelsey heard about the legend of Heisenberg, much like that narco corrido band in Breaking Bad, and she decided to secretly write her school musical about it. I mean, if everyone at East High is hooked on Walter's product, then clearly it's a big deal at this school, and it would get more people to watch the school
I
musical.
don't think that's how things go.
That's not how people who smoke meth looks like.
There you go, Mr. Matt Pat. There's my attempt at connecting these two pieces of media.
It ain't
She said-
good. Sorry, Alex.
She said
it ain't
airtight.
That's how that
good.
works.
He said
Anyways,
airtight.
thanks so much for watching. Those were my high school
It's
music.
This bitch is a
not-
fan.
Like and subscribe and tell me which one you think is the best.
It's
Then I'll-
not tight at all.
Wait.
Hey, yo.
What do you mean there's two more theories? No.
You
It
what?
can't possibly get crazier
What the
than a
fuck?
Breaking Bad High School Musical theory. That's clearly the limit. You can't get any more insane than that.
Alright, what is it? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Everyone, we officially have reached the point of no return in this video. I will now try and convince you that East High is not
This is the
actually a
guy
high
you've been
school, but in
preaching on
fact
about.
is a
Okay.
human zoo where
Look, his theories are fun, but this is stretching it.
Sure it is, buddy. It doesn't
This
seem that
is
fantastic for
stretching
you.
it. I'm not even joking.
He's clobbering your case here, buddy. You shouldn't be
I
cooking.
will show you
The
another
kitchen's
one
on
of his
fire.
theory, which actually does make sense. This one does not. I believe in the first theory he made, where this is just a writing, and he's thinking too much. That's the theory I believe in.
secretly watching
It's not a
him
theory, it's a truth
experimenting
by
on
this
these
point.
students.
It
Yes,
is.
I know that is the stupidest thing I have ever said, and yes, like always, I am actually being serious. Okay, so where do we even start with this? In the first High School Musical,
Is this like a Truman Show theory?
Me? But then a lot of the camera angles are like in front of the characters, so that would have to imply either
Pro
somebody's
editing.
staring at them with the big ass camera
Pro
or
editing.
somebody is wearing a camera
360
and is
camera.
just standing there.
Pei and Ryan are in the school library, and they're researching the new student at their school, Gabriela Montez.
There's something freaky about her.
Who the fuck does that?
She's from?
They search her name on the internet, and the first two results tell them that Gabriella was an extremely smart student from out of town who's won a bunch of academic awards.
Wow, an Einsteinette.
But we can also very briefly see a third result that reads,
Marvel.
Gabriella, San Diego Zoo's new chimp, scientists set up real-time habitat cam. Now, at first,
Is that really the point that drives this entire theory?
Is that the basis of your theory? Because if so, man, you're not getting this shit peer reviewed. What the fuck? This hurts my brain. I know I don't
Wait, the
have much
yellow
of those.
text. Yeah, I know. Danny Gonzalez also pointed this out. Pointed out this search result, but he didn't come up with this theory
all that strange
because Danny
I
is
wonder
not on
why.
math.
about this. They searched up the name Gabriella, so they're obviously gonna get some irrelevant results about other things with the same name. No big deal. But what's weird is that this is a result about the San Diego Zoo, the same city that we can see Gabriella originally came from. And that's strange because they didn't search up anything about San Diego, they just searched Gabriella's name. The fact that it's from the same city is seemingly a total coincidence. But then there's
Oh my
also
God.
the fact that it's
Writers be like, hey, let's insert this quick joke about a zoo
Monkeys.
and
You know,
monkeys.
like how back then, what year was this? 2007? Back when Google was still shitty, when you write one thing and another thing comes up, like, you'd write Gabriella and the headline about a monkey named Gabriella would pop up. What? What? Huh? This is the same fucking vibe I'm getting from like anti-intellectual like pseudo archaeology videos who is like, "Ooh, look at these bones. They look like a battery." In reality, it's just a bunch of tools put together, and it looks like a battery. So that must mean this hurts my brain. Why did you make me watch this? Is this
Cause
some sort of
I
torture?
wanna watch this theory, and I thought, yeah, maybe I can stream me reacting to it IRL, and I wanna drag you
You,
because fun.
is this punishment because of repo?
zoo at the exact same time
I
that
know.
Gabriella is a new student
Oh
at
my.
this time. Okay, that's
Are
two
you trying to say
strange
Gabriella
coincidences,
is
but
is a
whatever.
chimp as
Gabriella's
well?
obviously not a chimpanzee,
Hey, yo.
and this
Okay,
school
no.
is obviously not a zoo. I mean, this is too stupid of an idea to even think about. But then
You don't
I
say.
did think
Yet here
about
you
it,
are.
and I kept noticing more of these weird coincidences. At the start of the first
What
movie, listen to
coincidence?
what Taylor says when she first sees the basketball guys.
Behold the zoo animals heralding the new year.
Behold the zoo animals? What is going on? This is such a stupid idea, but it
It's
keeps
a
coming
common
back.
It's just
sentence.
writing! It's just writing!
I know it's an
And then I
insult,
realized
something
the
you have
Yeah.
stories at this
obviously never
school.
had before.
This insult feels very common to use. This is like a very common insult, is it not?
Again, they're saying it to jocks. You know, the people who we say are basically fucking idiot monkeys. Not saying all jocks are stupid, but you know, stereotypically speaking, in movies like this, they would be portrayed as like big bumbling idiots. The zoo heralding the
Are
new year?
constantly
No
being
shit.
compared to animals.
Hey, what team? Sharpay's kind of cute too.
This is
So
just
the
the
mountain
team
lion.
name.
I smell a rat named Darvis.
Actually, I think it's 2 rats.
You know what I'm gonna do to those 2 overmoved show dogs?
These are all normal insults. Are you seriously using "What's up, dog" as a proof? These are all like common words.
Dog color.
And then the fish turns into a gorgeous prince. That girl's got more moves than an octopus in a wrestling match.
I know everyone thinks that I'm Sharpay's poodle.
The students even dress up like animals.
Maybe
This is your
because-
theory, guy, huh?
But come on, this is still
This is your
such a
theory,
stupid
guy.
idea. Like, even if the students are
Wow.
constantly compared
Yes,
to
it is a
animals,
stupid
obviously,
idea.
we know that they're not. They're clearly human. We can see that with our own eyes. Like, what are we even supposed to assume here? That they were animals that somehow turned into humans?
No.
Ooh, Animorphs. Peak.
Not
Peak.
Animorphs.
Theory debunked.
Hey, that shit is peak. It's like the reverse J.K. Rowling.
There is science class.
Is trying
There
to
is
explain to the
science
reader why she
class.
shouldn't date Troy. She literally shows a diagram of a monkey evolving into a human.
From lowly Neanderthals
Which, mind you, that shit
to
isn't
early warriors, medieval knights, all.
that isn't accurate. That isn't how evolution works. Stupid. God. Oh.
And these are supposed to be the nerds.
Cro-Magnon and the Neanderthals. The Neanderthals to Cro-Magnon. Cro-Magnon is humans. Neanderthals is a different fucking species.
What does this
And they
mean? Nothing too serious. It's just a writing choice.
Cro-Magnon and Neanderthals become knights. One, Cro-Magnon was a previous version of Neanderthals, and Neanderthals went extinct. Humans, us.
Hang on. We're not even talking about just a normal zoo
I think my
anymore.
brain's
This is some
bleeding.
mad scientist sci-fi bullshit. This is not something a
No,
normal
it
zoo
isn't.
does.
As a person who reads sci-fi, this isn't sci-fi.
Remember, it didn't say zookeepers or zoo staff set up the habitat camera. It was specifically scientists, meaning there is some kind of scientific research going on. Okay, you know what? Fine.
Oh my
whatever.
God.
I am going to entertain this stupid idea. Here's how I think this could work.
And you haven't entertained it enough.
Animals that scientists experimented on, speeding up their evolution process and transforming them into humans. They were placed inside
What
of
the
an
fuck is the
inside of the
evidence?
San Diego Zoo that was meant to replicate a human high school environment so that scientists could study their behavior. The scientists even set up real-time habitat cameras disguised as normal school security cameras on the ceilings.
Maybe we're being punked. Maybe we're being filmed right now.
For the most part, the zoo animals act like completely normal humans, but some animalistic traits still appear, like how they all stick with
Like
very
dancing?
specific animal
Dancing
types
and singing?
patterns.
The drama geeks and the brainiacs suddenly think that they can talk to us.
Troy.
That's just school socialist classes.
Is he homeschooled? Because if it is, that would explain a lot. It's called a clique. It's called a clique. People who have
Just a
the same kind
normal
of
thing in
interest tend to be
school.
together. I was in the nerd clique. You obviously are in the stupid idiot clique. What? What are you trying to?
Just like that cafeteria.
Also, there's the fact that Troy is always climbing trees like an animal.
What the heck are those two doing in a tree?
Another top secret hiding place?
Gee, it's almost like it's a human
What is
thing.
it with you and trees?
I guess I see things more clearly from up here.
But what exactly are the scientists trying to achieve with these experiments? Why turn animals into humans and put them inside of a fake school? Well, to answer that, I think we need to take a closer look at Taylor McKessie. If this theory is
Why
true,
her?
then Taylor seems like the one
Uh-oh.
character who would be aware of it.
Behold the zoo animals heralding the new year. From lowly Neanderthal and Cro-Magnon, Troy Bolton represents
Are
one
you
side
trying
of
to say
evolution.
she's
I wouldn't
the
consider myself an expert
the one human around the well, animals to go check them out and everything?
that particular subspecies.
Which let me just say this. If this is like, oh, they turn animals into humans, one, why would anyone turn animals into humans? Number one. Number two, if that is the case, where the fuck, where the fuck is the entire, like, the animalistic traits that these animals came from? If you turn it at, like, say, a cat, a
Okay,
poodle,
from
into a
that,
human,
from history, is saying they are chimps because of the whole like Gabriella and chimp thing. Where the
okay,
fuck
they're
in the
chimpanzees.
chimp animal trait has singing and dancing?
Let me tell you something about chimpanzees and humans. Humans are significantly weaker. Humans are significantly more big brained than chimpanzees. Chimpanzees are like, they're like 0.1% different than us in DNA wise, but are you really gonna say they turned a chimpanzee into a fucking human? What is the point of that? To make more human? Just fuck, man. God, what is this theory?
So special about her?
Chem Club President Taylor McKessie.
And if those science girls get Gabriella hooked up with Troy Bolton.
Taylor is the head of the Science Club. She knows so much about what's going on because she is one of the scientists
Not enough, apparently.
secretly running the zoo. And what is Taylor's goal in this movie?
Troy Bolton represents one side of evolution, and our side, the side of education and accomplishment, is the future of civilization. This is the side where you belong.
She wants Gabriella to stay away
That
from Troy.
sounds
so
like
that she can
eugenicist
better
talk,
use her
but whatever.
intelligence for the good of mankind. And Taylor's not even exaggerating.
Okay,
here.
Eleanor
Gabriella is
Roosevelt.
actually a genius who could change the world.
I don't want to be this
Are
whole freaky
not
genius girl again.
smart enough to be this
A judge at an
human.
academic competition said they have never seen someone
Even
so
if
And if
they
you
are
were to
like
evolve them.
genetically
and her
enhanced
future burns
humans,
brighter than a
I don't
thousand
think it's
suns.
possible
Holy
to
shit.
change
The
their
entire
brain
reason
chemistry that
scientists are turning
much.
animals into humans at this zoo is to create super intelligent subjects like Gabriella that could later go on to help mankind.
I don't think turning chimpanzees that has a lower, like, I don't, chimpanzees brain does not work like a human even if they're
It's
genetically enhanced. Why not just have a normal human and make them smart?
That's the thing, right? That's my issue
why
with this
I
all. You want to
E5
change
is
a chimpanzee into
actually
a human.
zoo.
Why not just make
and I
a
guess the
human
How does that
have a
really?
child?
I still, how does? Okay, so your theory is that scientists making them into smart humans. Okay, where does the musical and dancing part simultaneously put work in this theory? Because as far as I know,
My brain hurts bad.
normal chimps don't break into sing and dance unless like your genetically enhanced chemicals is causing the shit.
The experimentation also has the side effect of making them sing
That-
sometimes. You know, I kind of forgot that the point of this theory
Literally,
was to answer why
him
the
saying
characters sing.
what I
I
think
think I got a little carried
is
away
so
with this
stupid.
one, but that's okay. Because I have saved my personal favorite answer to this mystery for the final and best theory
Alright,
in this video.
let's listen
We
to
have
it,
officially
Alex
reached
Bale.
the deepest layer
What
of
the
this
fuck
theory
are you gonna
iceberg.
say
Get
now?
ready for the most insane, most ridiculous, most batshit crazy high school musical theory you will ever hear.
Alright,
Alright, I'm gonna be honest,
It's
this one's not
already bad
actually as
enough.
crazy as Zoo Theory. I don't think I can actually get any more ridiculous than that one. This one's somewhere
You don't
between
say.
Breaking Bad and Human Zoo. I mean, it's still pretty far down there. But the reason I saved this one for last is because not
This is making the mass hysteria theory plausible.
It's the most plausible one there.
The most plausible, apart from like this is just a writing choice and you're thinking too much into it.
is it my personal
Yep.
favorite answer to this mystery, but I believe that it is the answer that is most likely intended by the filmmakers. Out of all of these theories, I actually think this one has a really good chance of being true. This is the Miss Darbus theory.
Ooh,
Who
the
the fuck
musical
are you?
teacher?
So,
Alright.
something at East High
I am
is forcing
interested.
the characters to break out into song and dance against their will, and then seemingly forget about it.
What, Miss Darbus has some kind of musical powers?
But what is actually the point of these fantasy musical numbers? They cause characters to express their inner truth.
And now suddenly people are confessing.
Inside, I am stirring. Something strange is occurring. It's a secret I need to share.
Troy sings about his secret desire to be in the musical. Zeke admits he loves baking. Chad comes out of the closet. The scene forces them to discover their truth, and it ultimately helps them discover who they really are. And you know who's constantly talking about
Not him throwing in that part about Ryan and Chad being gay and possibly dating.
What the fuck?
Okay, I will talk about it after this.
this exact same
Um,
thing? Miss Darbus. Miss Darbus is East High's drama teacher, and she is constantly talking about how the theater and the musical arts can help kids express themselves.
This is where the true expression of the artist is realized, where inner truth is revealed. The stage can be a wonderful partner in the process of self-discovery.
This is where inner truth is revealed. It's a wonderful partner in self-discovery. Doesn't that sound exactly like what's happening to these students? And she even talks about the theater like it has some kind of supernatural divine power.
Proximity to the arts is cleansing for the soul. The theater is a temple of
It's just
light,
artistic gobbledygook. What the fuck?
cornucopia of creative energy.
Is it possible that Miss Darbus is actually aware of what's really going on at this school? Well, to answer that, we need to take a look at her reaction to Troy's non-diegetic song in High School Musical 3. So, this is the part in all of these movies where Troy is upset and he's bad at basketball and he wants to sing about being upset. So, he breaks into the school at like the middle of the night
was
and
so
sings the
zesty.
iconic song Scream. This is clearly supposed to be a
It's a
non-diegetic
good song.
fantasy song where basketballs appear out of nowhere and the hallways literally turn upside down.
Okay, I heard like this one, I can't remember what movie, but they reference High School Musical, the hallway turning scenes, which is really cool in my opinion.
And it ends with
Yeah.
Troy back in the school's theater.
Starbucks?
Miss D?
Troy realizes Miss Darbus is also there, and they have this very interesting exchange.
And the reason for your visit is?
I don't know. I think I feel like this is a good place to.
Scream?
Or just to think.
Miss Darbus says that Troy came here to scream, clearly referencing the song he just sang. But then Troy corrects her and says, no, I was just thinking.
This is a good place to.
Scream?
Or just to think.
Troy believes that he was just thinking to himself because he's unaware of the fact that he just sang an entire non-diegetic song. But Miss Darbus is clearly very
We just
aware
gonna forget the
of
fact
what
that he's
really
fucking
happened.
dancing?
This all of this is going on in his head, so to him he's just thinking, but you know, musicals are are a way to like show a person a person thinking. This is what
Wanna
his
go to the
strengths.
college in this universe? Because it's just. Why is that guy breakdancing? He's thinking really hard
No, no,
about how
no,
to about the quantum stuff.
he
It's just
he's
breakdancing.
just thinking, but in his head he's doing all of this. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I get it.
To the outside, he's just like walking around school, but in his head, he
Honestly,
has this musical number happening.
okay, that's understandable. I was just thinking, oh, he's just that's just how people think in this universe is just fucking dancing, just to process their brain. They have to move, so they're just fucking beat down. Just fucking a bunch of people. Like
You
you go back,
do you
like
never
to the
have
Greeks.
wait? Do you never have those kind of thoughts? Like sometimes in your
No,
mind, you just think and like imagine things happening.
well, whatever that's I do that actively. Like, oh, I'm listening to a song. I'm like, what would be a good thing here? And I would think of the movements, but that's pretty much it. I don't think, and then I think of that kind of shit. The fuck?
I don't know if it's just me, but if I think like my brain just has like a vivid image of things happening.
Well, yeah, that's how that's supposed to be. You're thinking,
Yeah.
right?
Dream?
That's
And
fair.
she's not confused by it like other characters. She is absolutely aware of what's happening to these students, but why? Who is Miss Darbus really? Well, that's a tough question to answer, because we don't ever really get any of her backstory, except for maybe the occasional vague one-off line.
Better to consider opportunities now than in 10 years when life may limit your choices.
Better to consider opportunities before life limits your choices. Kinda sounds like she's maybe talking from personal experience. Did something happen in
Oh no, that sounds like really good advice. That's actually really good advice.
her
Oh,
life that
oh.
limited her choices? Maybe she wanted to be a Broadway star, but then got stuck as a high school drama teacher? I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's hard to really understand Miss Darbus because we don't ever get to see what her life outside of East High is like. Trust me, I've rewatched all of her scenes many times, and I've never really found anything that was useful. But maybe that's because the answer isn't in those scenes. At 46 minutes and
It's that
8
drawing.
seconds into the first High School Musical, for just a
It's
brief
in my
moment,
head.
we see a wall in the school that has been completely covered in writing. It says things you'd expect, like, "Go Wildcats," "Love the Wildcats," "Carol loves Tammy," all things you'd expect from the students at this school. But there is one thing on this wall that really stands out among the others. Something that legitimately gave me chills the first time I saw
Alright,
it.
what does it say?
A drawing labeled Miss Darbus with X's over her eyes.
Ah, so that's the drawing
Now,
that you
I
showed
could
me.
understand a student writing something mean about a teacher they don't like, but this isn't just an insult. This is clearly a drawing of Miss Darbus dead. It feels like some kind of creepy school shooters drawing that really does not feel like it fits in with this very PG Disney Channel universe. I honestly can't think of
Brother
any
might be
reason why
homeschooled.
they
I
would
don't
approve
know.
this depiction of Miss Darbus dead. Wait a second. When Troy broke into the school at night, why was Miss Darbus there?
Didn't she say why?
Miss D?
She claims it was to get some schoolwork done, but like, why is she working on it in a very dark theater as opposed to, I don't know, her house? And look at how creepy she looks.
Ah no, maybe she just wants some peace and quiet, and she's a drama teacher, and she's leading the final drama for the senior students. She wants to be there to like imagine things going on and everything. I don't know, maybe that.
Just sitting there
Or
in the
she was
dark,
just too
secretly
busy
watching
writing
Troy.
papers.
It's
I
also
don't know.
weird that she just
Do you never have a thought that I'm so stressed, I think I need a change of pace, so I decide to go to uh school where, you know, I'm the drama teacher. I rarely have paperwork, and most of my job happens at the theater.
happened to
If
be
that
around the one night
if
Troy decided to
how
break in. You
American
know,
schools
come to
works,
think of it, it's not
that's
just that we
weird.
never hear hear about Miss Darbus's life outside of the school, it's that we've never even seen her outside of the school grounds. Hang on, is
Because
Miss
she's
Darbus like
her main role is a teacher, maybe? Who knows?
a ghost?
That's crazy.
No, that's
Guys, are you trying to say Miss Darvis is a dead musical teacher ghost? Come on, Alex.
But wait, this isn't even the only time she's just magically appeared in the theater. The first
This is
time
your
Troy and
guy.
Gabriella try to audition for
That's
the musical,
crazy.
she tells them that they're too late, and we see her leave.
Perhaps the next musicale.
Troy and Gabriella decide to stick around and sing the song anyways, but then afterwards, Miss Darbus just appears in the theater again and acts like she heard the whole thing.
Maybe she did hear the whole thing. She left and then paused there and decided to see what happens next, and she just so happens to hear them singing and came back and like, you know what, I'm gonna give you guys a second chance. It's not impossible.
Wow. That's nice.
Bolton, Montez, you have a callback.
Maybe she was just barely behind that wall.
Because auditoriums tend to have insane acoustics.
Somehow,
So you would be able to hear things
just because you can't
from
see
the
her doesn't
outside.
mean she can't hear her.
We saw her leave.
Is this guy a baby? You close his eyes, the world
There's a
disappears behind his
wall.
eyes.
She's behind the wall.
2 minutes later,
She might be a baby. Oh no.
acting like she heard the whole thing. Look, we could even see that her appearing scares the other students.
Because they don't expect her to come back, because she said she already wants to cancel. She already want to stop the audition.
She also has a very similar moment to this in the beginning of High School Musical 3.
Well, how much time will it take?
Yeah, and what the heck is the show about?
You, Mr. Danforth.
I mean, would you not turn around and face your teacher if she shows up? Huh?
Like 5 seconds
I-
ago, we could see she was
My
clearly not
brain's
there.
empty
My
right
favorite
now.
of these
What the
moments was
fuck
in
you
the
making me
cafeteria
watch,
in High
Shoom?
School Musical 1, after
Brain's
Gabriella
so empty,
accidentally
I can't
spills
even
her lunch on
understand what the
Troy,
fuck's
she
going
just
on
suddenly
anymore.
appears again.
You do not want to get into that, man.
What is going on here?
It's like
Maybe she's also eating, her having lunch or something.
You know how lunches
so
tend to
scary.
be for everybody,
Life
not just the
limited Miss
students.
Darbus's choices. She's always at the school, always suddenly appearing out of nowhere. There's a drawing of her dead. She even talks like she's from a much older time.
Perhaps the most heinous example.
Because she's a
Or she's
drama
just an arts teacher.
She's a drama teacher.
Yeah.
Some people just like to express themselves like that.
Cell phone abuse is ringing in the theater. What temerity!
And she hates any new modern technology.
I think that's just her. You know how some boomers are.
Was that a cell phone?
No, ma'am, that was the warning bell.
This perfectly explains why everyone seems to have this supernatural musical spell over them that only she is aware of. Miss Darbus is a ghost that is haunting East High, and she is forcing these students to sing about their inner truth in order to help them discover.
I mean, it's
who
a fun
they
theory, but there's so many
Let's hang on a second.
things to this.
The High School
movie.
Musical franchise is just
Yeah.
a bunch of grounded movies about kids in high school. There are no explicit supernatural elements in them.
Yes.
I don't think I can honestly claim that there's this secret, intentional, underlying message about ghosts haunting the schools in these movies.
It's literally about expressing yourself as high school.
What? What do
My
you expect?
brain
me to
hurts.
scream at you with some big
Summer.
final
Summer.
surprise evidence? Come on, guys.
Summer.
I am not that predictable. High School Musical 3 was originally going to be a Halloween-themed movie called Haunted High School Musical and would have featured ghosts haunting East High. Yes, I am being 100% serious. This is real. This is actually what they were originally planning on doing with the final movie of the trilogy before they decided to scrap the idea. But we can still see hidden clues from this ghost subplot that I bet you they were
My
planning on paying off
God.
in this movie. movie where it would have been revealed that Miss Darbus was actually a ghost all along and she was the cause of all the students breaking out into song. And that is my final High School Musical theory. Thank you very much. Also, they would have revealed that the school is actually a human zoo inside of Breaking Bad. Okay, bye.
This is the guy you made me watch, huh?
Okay, let me give you an actually really good, really fun theory from him.
We'll see.
Okay,
I'll be the judge of that.
let's talk about High School Musical 3. This song.
Why is bro so zesty with throwing that fucking thing? Damn. Why is bro out of the fucking pictures box? Bundle of sticks. The fuck is happening? I can't tell which side is winning or which one is losing. I don't think this is baseball. Is this an allegory for them having sex? One's pitching, one's catching. Who's top, who's bottom? Yeah, that's totally not gay.
By the way, just so you know, they change clothes after the scene. They exchange clothes after the scene.
Cool.
And that's where Ryan and Chad, the ship happens.
I'm just trying to process everything here. God damn, what the fuck did you make me watch?
Gay
My
happening.
brain hurts.
Yeah, so there's a lot of theories going on that those two might have something going on. And that song is like an allegory for, you know, being in the closet.
I can see that.
Yeah, they're like, uh, I don't swing that way. You know, I don't dance. I'm not gay, but you never know if you never try.
Okay,
Anyway, alright.
that's understandable.
Listen to this theory. It's really fun. I like this one.
Evidence number 3.
This has basis. This has a solid foundation.
Yeah, this one actually has basis, right? Unlike the freaking High School Musical one. I don't know what's going on with that one.
I'm still contemplating. I'm just trying to understand the fuck you made me watch the last episode, the last video.
Despite Squilliam not seeming like the kind of guy that would come near the Krusty Krab. But why? Why would anyone go so far to embarrass an old high school band classmate? What happened between them? What could have caused this extreme level of dedication? Well, unfortunately, we never really get much information on their past. I spent hours reading through the SpongeBob Wikipedia and looking at old episodes, and there really just isn't any clues that would explain their weird relationship. I guess we can't solve everything, but either way, that's my theory. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time.
Boyfriends, huh?
Wait a second. Wait a second. Season 6, Episode 5, Slide Whistle Stooges. Just a normal episode where SpongeBob and Patrick and
it's this episode.
Nothing really out of the ordinary. Except I have one question about this episode. Why does Squidward have Squilliam's robe? That is clearly not the purple robe he usually wears. That is Squilliam Fancy Son III's robe. Why would Squidward have this? Unless they were more than just classmates. Could they have once been dating? No way.
Oh my god, I was right. Holy fuck.
Right?
Don't be intimidated, Squidward. Try to imagine him in his underwear.
Oh no,
he's hot.
It can't be.
I mean, what kind of a moron would go to their worst enemy's music recital?
They're exes.
This whole time.
Our sources last saw Evil harassing teenagers up at Makeout Reef.
Ah, Makeout Reef. Good time. Good time.
Voted most likely to suck eggs in high school.
Holy shit!
So suck eggs in high school means.
I'm just gonna go. I'm probably just gonna go watch Death Stranding. Fucking Kojima. For some reason, a pizza guy's fighting Norman Reedus. That's all I've been doing these past couple days. Wake up, watch Death Stranding, go back to sleep. Wake up, do that, go back to sleep. Nothing else.
Alright then, go ahead and have fun with your Death Stranding. I'll still beat you.
Alright.
Reacting to
Enjoy,
Alex Bill is so funny though.
enjoy, enjoy watching a man, fucking tearing strands of hair, just trying to find a fucking theory in there.
Take his windpipe.
Right, I'm gonna react to the Amazing Digital Circus 5. But I feel like I wanna like do an individual stream for this. I'm gonna stop this one and I'm gonna do it. See you real soon.